We're live. So, last time around, as I pull some dice and move it around, you guys continued on your way in the city of Break, there to try and assist the gnome town of Hasper that is currently having a bit of a dragon problem. Upon doing some resource gathering previously and finding out some information about the city itself, as well as what might be going around in the area, you all settled in for a night's rest. However, before you could do so, and amidst conversation about what to do with your incoming dwarven help, you heard the sounds of screaming and terror coming from the city square. Nyx ran ahead invisibly to try and figure out what was going on, and discovered that your new ally?
Ally is a strong word, but sure.
Subordinate?
Useful tool.
Racist?
It has multiple levels.
Acquaintance.
Yes. Duckington being arrested and brought towards the longhouse at the top of the city. Nyx called for backup, and Sai arrived to help assist. The two of you went and tried to talk to the guards to get Duckington released. That didn't go well. Trev arrived, pulled rank, and was able to get the guards to, at the very least, release Duckington into your care, as long as Trev and his backup co-general, however you'd like to describe yourselves as the head of this militia you've been allowed, stood trial for Duckington's crimes, the supposed crimes of betrayal to the city of Break. The rest of you followed along behind to try and figure out a way into the longhouse as Sai, Trev, and the invisible Nyx were brought into the longhouse itself. Phaedra, in a stroke of brilliance and DM destroying, cast True Seeing on Nyx in order to allow Nyx to try and find any invisible exits in or out of the longhouse. Instead of finding any of those, Nyx was able to identify that the person claiming to be the female Jarl of Break was in fact someone operating under a glamour. Specifically, a roguish jackass of a tiefling claiming to be Phaedra's brother. Nyx discovered this information, fucked the fuck out, made her way back to the rest of them outside, the rest of you guys outside, who then attempted to figure out faster how to get into the longhouse. Meanwhile, Trev and Sai, not knowing any of this happening, had a cordial conversation with the Jarl, where the Jarl, due to some posturing from Trev, seems to be under the idea that Trev may have access to the Drow army. A agreement was brokered, not agreed to, but brokered at the very least at the moment, for Trev to operating as a representative of the Drow and the citizens of Break to come together to help the conquest of the continent, to allow Break to stop being what the Jarl considers to be second-class citizens in the eyes of the rest of the races of the continent. We'll get to that in a bit. It was agreed that you guys would talk the following midnight with any final agreements, or if you guys sort of disagreed. And with that, you're allowed to leave the longhouse before the rest of your team could smash, grab, and enter and probably cause a bigger problem. You then headed back to Sai's old home. You agreed to call off the Dwarven army. They're now standing ready, still in Jerselheim, but no longer on the march due to the fear that if they were spotted by scouts, things would go very badly very quickly. And instead have decided to focus your attention towards the dragon problem and figure out what's happening in the southern city of Break, called Nihit, in a little while. So, you all then finally took a long rest.
Yay.
So, things that are on the table right now. There is a delivery coming from Jerselheim to the teleportation circle soon. You guys need to select who's going to go and retrieve that and how you're going to get it to the militia. And then you got to figure out what you're doing next. So we'll pick up there.
I'm pretty sure we also have to give our final answer to...
You do, but that is at midnight.
At midnight.
I forget, is the supplies is a combination of food and like weapons and armor?
Correct. It's just extra supplies you guys have decided to earmark directly for the militia to help in the battle for Hasper.
Okay. Okay. If Sai and Trev are the ones who've been training them, maybe they're the ones who should go pick up the supplies to distribute them?
I was thinking that too.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So just before sunup, Trev and Sai, you guys slip out of the house and head for the building that contains the teleportation circle. You've been there before, so you don't have to particularly find your way there. Streets are quiet. Not a lot of guards walking around at the moment, though you do spot a few kind of wayward sentries here or there. Are you being particularly stealthy, or are you just walking like you belong there?
And at this point, I have no, I don't feel like I have anything to hide, and being seen thinking, or trying to hide will not do me very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then I think we just walk like we own the place.
Yeah. So you guys walk with purpose to the building that has the teleportation circle.
And actually, there's going to be like crates and significant amount of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Would it behoove us to bring some of the people to like transport those goods?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Should get Duckington. Maybe they'll like him after that.
Well,
I think we should probably leave him in the tent.
Yeah, he's gonna stay in our camp firmly.
Yeah, I have no interest in having the person who's supposedly a criminal, even if it was a misunderstanding, just in case that word hasn't gotten around.
Right.
Even if it was actually our spells that got him arrested.
Yeah, Ken flies from out of town, which he's not supposed to do, and it's probably the reason he's thought to be a criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's not.
Yeah.
But yes, you can certainly get word down to the militia camp to have a few people meet up with you.
A sweet supply cart thing.
Yeah.
So when you arrive, there are two of the older members of the infantry brigade there with a relatively large cart. You could see behind them another 3 or 4 infantry folk who are there either to help carry or in case a scrap kicks up. You could tell that they're ready for a fight.
That works.
And are keeping themselves relatively hidden, not like super hidden, but around. With no one stops you heading into the building with the teleportation circle, there is one guard there who is currently asleep. You could tell that even though there was some excitement with you guys coming through a couple days ago, they have not upped security on this building. They seem to think that probably was a one-time deal. And are able to make it down to the storeroom that you all had come out of Jerusalem in. There are still a bunch of crates and stuff kind of in the way of the circle, but you're able to, within 5 to 10 minutes, plus with your pretty high strength and Psi decent strength, you're able to kind of shift that stuff around and make a pretty sizable area clear. Yeah. Just at around sunup, I'd say it's maybe 15, 20 minutes past sunup itself. You guys are standing outside the room, not knowing how big this transportation is going to be, so you figured you'd give it as much space as possible.
Wisdom.
Yep. You've got pretty high wisdom, Trev. I'll say you just made that call. You hear the familiar whoosh and pop of the teleportation circle activating and something coming through. You look in and there is a lot of stuff. There are at least 6 to 7 crates of what you can just tell is food, on top of another 10 crates of gear and supplies. The cart that was brought up will probably fit most of it, but some of you might have to carry some stuff in hand as well. With the with the help of your militia folk, you're able to get that stuff upstairs onto the cart with no issue. As you're loading the last couple of boxes, it is starting to get a little bit brighter in the city. People are starting to wake up and you can feel eyes on you. No one is directly like coming out and accosting you, but you can tell that there's curiosity in the air
All right.
of what's going on.
That's fair.
But without much incident, you're able to load those up, carry the last couple boxes in hand, and begin the trip down to the militia camp. Takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get it all the way there. The infantrymen and women that are there with you are definitely of the jovial sort. They're not people who were distrusting of you guys when you first came in. They were ones who were definitely very willing to work anyway. Two of them are former farmers. One of them was a former carpenter, actually. So you do recognize one of them. It's another one of the old city blacksmiths, actually, who is also just sort of here. Cordially know them, not like well.
No, but you could have another set of eyes, plus somebody like that I'd know, that I'd be able to like converse openly with and just act like it's business as usual.
Yes.
Like doing our best to not look like we're doing anything furtive or untoward.
And the dwarves definitely took your guys' recommendation to send these in unmarked crates very much to heart. These are the blankest of blank crates you've ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Like, these are like fucking baseball hats in a Marvel movie level nondescript. So
Nice.
when you do reach the gate itself to begin the path down to where the militia base is, a couple of the city guards do go to step in your way, and one kind of raises their voice a little bit and goes, doesn't cough at you. He goes, excuse me, where did those come from?
My contacts who I've been speaking with in order to hopefully secure their assistance for the Jarl, decided to send us along some assistance, at least while they're still gathering their decision, let's say. So, I wasn't going to say no to that, and I assume the Jarl will not as well.
Very well, and they very clearly got some level of word that some people matching your description were probably going to be doing some odd shit or not traditionally normal things. So they let you through without much issue. You make it down to the camp itself, at which point you finally pop the tops on the crates to see what actually was sent over. There are 2 crates worth of hard bread that will sustain the army for weeks, if not months, if need be. There are tons of root vegetables. There's plenty of dried meat as well. This is very high quality and definitely everything you asked for, if not more.
Cool.
When it comes to the arms and armament, it's a lot more plate and chain than you were expecting. Just because it's the dwarves, and they tend to go a little overboard when it comes to the actual metal of armor.
Yeah, sure.
So as you guys start handing that stuff out, the weaponry is very basic. Nothing exciting, but well made, well maintained.
Good.
Yeah, but nothing extravagant. It really is the armor that is, oh, okay. What the fuck? As you start to hand that stuff out, the archer division is definitely the ones who get kind of the short end of the stick. There's not a lot of good leathers or archery armor in there. Same actually goes for the cavalry as well. Not a lot of good horse riding equipment.
Although I assume the cavalry was already pretty well armed and armored anyways.
Yeah, cavalry was totally fine.
Yeah.
It really is the archers who kind of have to take a step back on this stuff. But the 2 platoons of infantry and those individuals left from the spear brigade, those who had come from the south, they are way better decked out than you've seen any proper militia. They might be better armored than some of you guys at this point.
That helps. Well, I mean, we don't plan for the archers to ever be engaged in melee, so armor might not be too big of a problem.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
And actually, luckily enough, because of the way that this sort of dispersing of equipment goes, there's actually now leftover leather armor from the other divisions, because they've just sort of traded up for chain and plate. So the archers are better. They just didn't come directly from where they were. It takes probably about 2 hours or so to categorize and kind of quantify everything that's inside these crates and get them handed out to all the people here. But by the end of that 2 hours, you are looking at, if you did not know better, you would think this was a classic standing army. Like they look the part now.
Nice.
Maybe they won't all die now.
Good motivation there.
Over those 2 hours, the rest of you guys that were left at Sai's place, you guys do wake up and can decide what you'd like to do with your morning.
Chill.
I forget. Did we decide when we're leaving?
I thought we decided like soon.
Like a day, like to let Leorl know what we're doing
Yeah,
and to the dragon?
And then I thought we were gonna just like go after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if my recollection's right, we're going back. So that we just started the new day. We're going back tonight to give our answer, and the following morning we set out.
Okay, like at dawn we ride. Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Wait, where are we going again? To the south, or to the?
Sorry, it's a very
The
like
dragon army?
actually in character. Wait, where? Are we going?
Yeah. Hang on, huh?
It's fair. We've had like 5 different locations.
We're going to take care of the dragon first because that was why we came there originally, and partially Nick's just wants to go, but also we did decide that to play this game that Phaedra's brother is playing, we have to continue like we don't know.
Right, like we don't know.
Yeah, we can't
And then
like.
once we get the dragon, we're gonna come back and fuck up.
We're
this
gonna
guy.
come back and we're gonna act on that a little more, but for right now, we just have to play along with
All
it.
right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So wonderful. Do you guys want to hang around break, or do you want to head down to the militia headquarters to meet up with Sai and Trev?
I guess militia headquarters.
Yeah.
Check the supplies and how everyone's doing.
Okay. So you guys start heading your way down there. By the way, Trev and Sai, when you guys do arrive and begin unloading, everyone there at this point is incredibly appreciative. You guys spent a very good day earning these people's trust. But more importantly, someone does pull you aside and goes, "Hey, one of the Queen's Guard is still here, keeping an eye on." It's Brooks. It's the head of the male head of the infantry. He says, "Hey, one of the Queen's Guard is still here watching, or the Yarl Guard is watching Duckington in that tent over there. If you want to do something about it." I didn't want to do anything about it. I was waiting on your word, but
No, that's a good. All right. Well, Trev, you want to head in there with me? We'll
Why
see
not?
what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
okay. You guys head over to one of the tents. As was told to you, there's definitely someone who does not belong standing outside the tent, spear kind of at the ready, and sort of guarding that door. He looks up at you as you guys walk over and says, "The criminal has been relinquished into your control. His punishment is now up to you."
Mm-hmm.
Very
His
well.
punishment is to serve us.
That's
So you are relieved.
not my problem. Thank you for your time, sirs, and leaves.
Very well.
Okay. How does Duckington look?
He is sitting on a small wooden stool inside that tent, just looking fucking terrible, just awful. Between
Like physically or emotionally?
yes,
Fair enough.
Makes me a little happier than it probably should, but move on.
between getting roughed up by those guards as he was being dragged towards the longhouse to the then long sort of emotional evening that then followed,
Oh, whatever.
he's not doing great. And looks up at you guys as you enter and just, Welcome back, sirs.
That was
Good to be back.
Yeah, that was eventful, but seems like everything's all right.
You were able to commute my sentence?
Yeah, I mean,
In a way.
no sentence.
Immediate, like, eye-pouring relief. Just like, holy crap levels. What do you guys say? Like, oh yeah, like you're good to go.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah.
immediate tears and like blubbery
care of it.
slop and sobbing and just, oh god, inconsolable.
And like, I'm not lying, right? Like,
No.
he's
He just didn't
fine.
know that.
Yeah.
But I am going to be like, after giving him a minute, I'll be like, so in order to not, get in any more trouble, your sentence is to march with us and assist us in everything that we need.
Yes, that'll be totally fine. I don't want to work with this fucking city anymore anyway. They were willing to throw me under the bus for nothing that I even did just because I wanted to make things
Barrington.
better for the breakdown.
It's all good.
All right. Collect yourself, man.
Everything will be fine.
That's
You
right.
don't need to worry about it. That whole ordeal is more or less done. There will be plenty of ordeals coming, but don't worry about this.
Don't worry, it'll
Go
get
back to what you were doing. You've been helping us out. That's very helpful. It's very appreciated. Just you're with us. We are in a decent spot with the Jarl and their people now. So just don't do anything ridiculous. Don't act out crazy, and everything will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Now, before we let you go for the day, remind me, was he going to be contacting people in the city that were unhappy with the Jarl?
No, he was going to reach out to... He was going to do exactly what he was accused of doing. He just hadn't done it yet.
Okay.
The magical part was the part we proved that he didn't do.
Right. Makes
Um,
sense. Okay.
That
Because we
is
were the ones doing all the magic.
yes. And he does actually kind of speak up and says, I didn't have time to reach out to the contacts I was going to reach out to. It all changed very quickly. I think it might be safer if I do so while we're on the road, not while we're here.
that is
Yes.
absolutely
Listen.
true.
Is there anything you need that's not in the camp right now?
I could really use a nap.
Not bad.
That's not in the camp right now.
No. I think I'll make it.
Okay. Then grab some food, grab some sleep. We are going to be leaving tomorrow. So I want you prepared for that.
There's a brief look of panic in his eyes when you say tomorrow that's then quickly snuffed out by the, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to be in this city for any longer than I have to look.
Yeah.
So he just sort of stands up, gives you a pretty sharp salute, actually, and then just sort of blows past you both out the door immediately towards his tent.
Very good.
Okay.
So yeah, the rest of you guys make your way down to the camp pretty quickly. By the time you get down there, Sai and Trev do have the militia going through morning drills, especially with their new weapons and armor. They, as I said to Craig and Jason, they look like a real fucking army. Like, they went from kind of ramshackle but willing to like, oh, they might actually be able to do this, at least visually.
Are we allowed to do magic here now?
No.
All right.
Points for intimidation.
But it was never like illegal. That's the thing, right?
I mean, okay, it was
I mean-
never illegal.
It will still cause a fuss of some degree.
Yes.
Oh, don't worry.
So don't do pointless magic.
All right. Now
Marleman just sort of sits on his hands.
I'm gonna go have my own adventure.
I want to go see the archers. That's who I'm interested in.
Okay.
All right.
They're kind of off to their own side. Oh shoot, I forget the Carter. I briefly forgot the name of the head of the archers. Carter is sort of overseeing them with the same sort of detached sort of way that they had presented themselves to Sai and Trev previously. I know I described them like this before, but it's been a couple of weeks, so I'll do it again. The archers are definitely the ones who seem the least regimented. This is a bunch of former hunters, a bunch of former rangers even. who are very much not used to working as like a cohesive unit. So you could tell that there's a little bit more trepidation in them to work as a cohesive team, but they are doing so. Carter kind of looks over at you as you walk over Armo and says, "Well, it's a pleasure, Sir Elf. I unfortunately don't know your name."
Hello. I'm Armil.
A pleasure. They call me Carter. How may I assist you today?
Oh, I just wanted to come by and like check it out. I'll be honest with you, you guys look the most like my people.
You do seem an individual of the woods as well, and we are many of the same.
So I'm just curious how you guys are feeling about going into this kind of thing, because this is crazy as shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So like, how's everyone doing over here?
They sort of give you an odd look and says, "Well, it's not the position I want to be in, and I don't believe it's the position any of my people would like to be in. However, we have been asked by our country to stand and fight, and to be honest with you, many of us were hunters of a trade, and well, a dragon's just a big hunt, is it not?"
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure. This is gonna be a big guy though, and like you guys are gonna be like getting the little guys though. Is the point, right? You know, so
I do believe that is the hope. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Word. It's gonna be good. We're gonna clear this shit out, and then there's gonna be forest, and we're all gonna hang out again.
Yeah.
I support it.
Yes. You can.
I love that you like
Nice.
even DM a conversation with them. Like it's just like what even?
And what's even harder is that this character is like relatively detached and unemotional, so it's like kind of hard. You actually see like a bit of a small smile crawl across their face as they look at you and says, "Well, speaking for my own interests at least, I would be very excited about the forest returning. It's been a long time since I've had a good hunt."
Yeah. I don't know much about hunting, but I love the forest and all the animals.
Oh, I mean, I certainly have my fair love of animals as well.
Oh, what's
They've-
your favorite animal?
I'm actually a big fan of rabbit.
Rabbits, dude. I love rabbits. You know what's also cool?
This is too hard to listen to. Now I know what it's like to be on the other side of the conversation.
Deers, man. Deers are awesome, and bears.
You know, I can't say I've had a lot of positive experiences with bears.
No, they're nice.
here.
They're cool.
But deer are a large favorite within my family. So
Oh, right.
You ever hear a conversation
Like, oh,
where nobody's on the same page, with each other?
It's
and we're gonna talk about like your favorite animals to eat.
deer's our friend, not food.
I don't think Arlo gets that.
no, oh God, no.
Yeah, no, they're talking about animals for two different reasons. And it's
Especially because like Carter is being honest. Like they genuinely love animals.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. I just wanted to like check in. You know, I know it's like gonna be scary tomorrow and whatever, but we're gonna be golden.
full.
Yes. I certainly hope so. Feel free to stop by anytime you'd like, Sir Elf.
All right, peace, fam.
Peace, and they sort of like give you a hat. Like what? As you go.
This is incredible.
Accidentally gives you the Spock.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
like
what I'm
what?
doing.
It's Carter kind of turns back to the archers and starts getting back into shooting targets. Oh Lord, what would the rest of you guys like to be doing?
I just wanted to like check in on like what the supplies we ended up getting were and like how they're kind of doing.
Sure. Checking with that stuff. It's all kind of being categorized. You can go and chat with some of the pages as well, who are kind of have the responsibility of rationing, of taking kind of stock of everything. Even just walking over, you can hear the genuine excitement in a lot of their voices, that this is like the most food they have seen in a very long time, but also like the quality of it, the amount of it, just this is going to help both on the morale side and also the health side.
Awesome.
They like animals too.
Oh my god.
I mean, probably if there were more in the area, but there really aren't anymore. One thing that is happening at the very least, when you guys woke up, it was cold, but very dry. Through the rest of the morning as things have going on, there has definitely been some cloud cover that is rolling in, and a few flakes of snow are beginning to fall.
Good.
So it's turning into a bit of a day, but nothing too concerning right now.
Okay.
You guys can spend the rest of the day just training up, kind of walking around the camp if you'd like.
Yeah.
Are there any like historians or any? I know that there's no magic or anything, but is there any like? I want to know more about the 12-ton gorilla on my back right now.
Oh right,
Oh yeah.
sure. So let's do that.
Shadowologists.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. You ask around the camp a little bit, anybody that might be familiar. You get the same answer that Phaedra did, which is anyone with any amount of religious or magical knowledge has been kind of pulled elsewhere.
Yeah.
But what you do find is a woman who is working within the infantry division. Fairly well built, but you can tell it's a new muscle. They probably in their previous life was not a rigorous kind of workout person. But now they're being forced in a kind of a new situation, and luckily for them, their body is adapting to it very well. And they actually introduce themselves as a former historian and cartographer in training.
Ooh. In training. Okay.
Yes.
I got an intern. Great.
Yes, you have found yourselves an intern.
So, what's this person's name? Hello, how are you?
Hello, my name is Melissa.
Melissa. Okay. Here's a real hypothetical for you. Have you heard of? I guess not a hypothetical, more of a question. Have you ever heard of any sort of black shadow things that follow a human or follow a being?
Well, certainly there are a number of stories of demons attaching themselves to human hosts and feeding off their life essence. There are plenty of stories of people being haunted by their dead ancestors. That black shadows have a very bad connotation, Mr.
Marleman. I'm a bit of a magic man. I know I shouldn't say that, but
then it is a true pleasure, Mr. Magician, and they like give you a relatively deep bow.
That's no. Listen, I'm also in training. Not the best, but yeah. Do you have any sort of idea as to what I might be able to do about it? I'm saying if I had one.
Well, if you had one, I would. Well, in times before this, I suppose you would go to the local cleric and receive a blessing or remove curse or anything like that. Hypothetically, of course. Sorry.
What if that didn't work?
Well, then I would try and between you and me, I guess I would try and communicate with it, see if it was sentient and see if it actually wants anything.
And hypothetically speaking, how would one do that?
Well, I'm not a trained magician and have no real experience with magic.
Right. That's all me. Okay.
But I suppose anything that would either drag it or drag you to the same plane as it might.
Huh. You don't say.
What's going possibly go wrong?
Listen, Melissa, was it?
Yes.
You've been extremely helpful. Good luck. We'll be fighting with you. Stay strong.
Thank you. Also, what the hell is that sound?
Yeah.
The demon in his shoulder.
Yeah, there's a demon somewhere. Is something vibrating on a desk somewhere? It is not Morgan.
No.
It's not mine.
Hey, hear it, but
Nothing else.
Everybody take a moment and mute. Like one person mute at a time.
So it's not me. Heather, mute.
Oh,
It's
No,
a
it's Heather.
that was promising.
I don't know what
is
it
there
was.
something going on outside?
Is your phone buzzing a lot?
Oh,
It's
that
gone.
fixed it. Whatever just happened, just fixed it.
It might have been like the fan in her computer.
Vibrating from the laptop fan because I
Ah,
had that notebook right on the
gotcha.
writing something down. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
All
It
right.
was just
so-
fascinating. Melissa kind of looks at you, Marleman, and says, yes, happy to help. If you ever need maps or anything like that, feel free to come and ask.
Oh, I always need a map. Maps are great.
Maps are great.
Your work is way more appreciated by our group. I'll tell you that. We would appreciate that.
Yes, I will be here.
I'll be back at some point.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You leave.
Yes, I leave. I do that. Okay, so am I supposed to out of character? My first thought was at that point is just to blink.
Certainly try that.
Which would be what, the ethereal plane? Is that correct?
Yep. And that was what Nyx was peering into.
Now here's the fun part. I don't know if I have that in my spells currently.
Yeah, I know you used to.
I used to. Can't say I do anymore. But
I do.
I can always come back to that. That's fine.
I do have remove curse and greater restoration. So when we're not in a town that arrests you for using magic,
Well,
let's give those a try.
I think you'd be okay. I'd say you'd probably be fine to use it, but I also don't want to get rid of it. I want to find out what it is now.
Yeah.
It's more my thoughts. Is I bet you it's more interesting to have a conversation with said black demon,
yeah.
ghoul, specter, shade, or otherwise.
Can you cast?
That always works out so
Can
well.
Can you cast identify on creatures?
No.
No.
Okay.
Look at it and you talk to it. That's the best idea.
Oh boy.
Well, that's fun. That wouldn't really work well, but it would be fun to do. I don't have that spell right now, so I'm gonna have to wait a while.
Can't you get it going to sleep? Oh no, you have to.
No,
wait.
I have to level.
Oh, that's right.
Well, my first thought was, oh boy, it'd be really fun to banishment myself.
I mean, you could do that. You could technically cast banishment on yourself.
I would return
You would.
eventually, but I'm not about to do that. I mean, I'm
Yikes. That's a Jesus. That'd be a doozy.
We could drown you.
No. Me not.
hell yeah, bro, my boy.
No.
So good.
Please no.
This is the best way to go.
Yeah, that'll be something that I think about. I don't think I'm going to act on it right now.
Okay.
Help
And to be fair, you don't feel different. Like nothing
No,
is.
I know,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna let this one roll.
When he says that, Aramil like puts a water down behind him. Like, okay.
Okay.
You're over there with the bucket. Trev is over there with a bag ready to put it over my head.
Yep.
Excuse me?
Going full waterboarding now.
Good to know that I can kill
You know,
you.
I really got to stay under.
Yeah. You guys spend the rest of the day doing various trainings with the various
Contemplating how to drown oneself.
Yeah, Marleman is in deep contemplation.
Because I always forget his name. I'm just going to refer to him as I usually do. Have we seen Chicken Man?
No, you have not. You have not seen Arthur in some time.
I'm gonna kind of look around for him. If I'm not doing anything else, I'm just gonna kind of like look around the city and just sort of see if I spot him anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. 22.
You find Clyde, the other chicken that kept flying into Sai's house a lot yesterday. You find Clyde a lot somehow. It almost seems like this fucking chicken is just shadowing you. But no signs of Arthur, either in rooster form or in regular human form.
Do I get any? I forget. I already checked once before to see if this chicken was magical.
This chicken is not magical. This chicken is just somehow following you.
It's just real. Okay, it's like Crookshanks. It's just all right.
Magical chicken.
What's its name? Clyde.
Clyde, I don't know. Like, it might have a different name. I just referred to it as Clyde last time.
Okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. I take that back. Fucking Jay referred to it as Clyde last time.
Oh, okay. I figured like Aramil asked its name at some point.
Oh no,
It's a
I haven't
fair
talked with him.
assumption.
Oh right, one animal you didn't.
That would have been helpful. Yeah.
Oh, I can find him. I'm sure.
All right, sure. I'll direct the chicken to come back to the house or wherever Aramil is. If he wants to follow, cool. If not, whatever.
It just seems to be following you around at this point for reasons you're not really sure of.
I swear to God, if you're somebody's familiar, I'm gonna be so pissed.
And it follows you back to Sai's place. At which point, do you guys want to be? I suppose, for the sake of having to go to the Longhouse for the meeting, we'll say that you have left the militia base in the evening just to assemble slightly closer.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And everyone is still there as you come in with this chicken just fucking clucking it up behind you.
Hey, Aramil,
Yeah.
can you ask this chicken if he knows where?
The small end.
I can't.
God, why can't I remember his name? You just told me.
Why?
Arthur.
Arthur. Why can't I remember this man's name?
Arthur.
If he knows where Arthur is.
All right.
You want me to do it?
Can I just talk to him, or I'm
Well,
I mean, you would have to beast form, but you could then.
I figured he'd be the one to do it because he's good with animals.
I also can charge for my staff, but I don't know. Nix can like speak
I
with
can
small
just
animals.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Nix can just do it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't cost me nothing. I just.
Cool.
To be fair, thanks to the nature boon that Armil has, turning into a chicken also does not cost Armil anything anymore.
That's good.
But it is like magic, right? Like
It might be. It might be considered magic by whatever trackers are in the air.
All right.
let Nix do
I
it.
don't cast anything. I think it's just.
Yeah, you just do it.
Clyde, I love you, fam, but you're beneath my pay grade.
Nix, can you ask him if he knows where Arthur is?
So I'm just asking it if he's seen Arthur lately.
Yeah.
Okay, I asked the chicken that question.
Which in chicken translates to, well, I saw this really pretty rooster following around this devil lady. So I was hoping to catch a glimpse of it again, but it seems to have vanished.
Vanished where? Like, where were they following?
What devil lady?
Okay.
I assumed he meant me, but
Talking to the chicken.
Oh, you are.
because I'm a tiefling. But
Yes, and this chicken has certainly never seen a tiefling.
Well, but you're like there next to me, aren't you?
yeah, I'm there. I'm right there. Is
Like,
okay.
if
I
they're
can't understand
really
what's going on.
following you around.
So yes, what Clyde is basically saying is there was another rooster that was following you around, Phaedra.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
This chicken was trying to follow that rooster around, but that rooster seems to have vanished.
So, where did you last see the rooster?
It says that it last saw it when the devil lady went inside a church.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that all the information that we need?
Okay. Well, we know that the clerics have been sent somewhere, so. Okay, well,
Thank you, chicken.
we'll add it to the list.
Bark, bark, bark.
Thank you, Clyde. Wait, is his name Clyde? Can you ask him what his name is?
Chicken, what's your name?
Beatrice.
Oh, it's a girl.
The chicken.
Are all chickens girls?
But we were distinguishing from rooster, so I was assuming.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
was-
hen and not a rooster. I guess.
Yes, hen
I
and
thought you
rooster.
said it was a rooster.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, I'll make sure to call her Beatrice.
I think chicken is unisex, but since we were distinguishing from
Yes.
rooster, I was assuming hen.
Also, nothing says that a female chicken could not be called Clyde.
Fair.
Also true.
I just wanted to call her actual name.
Yes, it's just Beatrice, and then flutters out a window.
All right, bye, Beatrice.
Bye.
I hope you're not the main bad guy by the end of this campaign.
Little did you know, you should have true seeing on the chicken.
I feel like at one point we would have seen this stupid chicken when Nyx had true seeing. So if you didn't, we would have seen her.
That's a fair point. I forgot that Pearl was under that blanket until the blanket suddenly stood up and turned around.
That's her life mostly.
Yeah.
Underneath the blanket.
Okay.
Nice.
So that means we have no idea where Arthur is.
Yeah.
My best guess is he's probably with the other people who use magic who've been brought to somewhere.
As soon as she says that, Size starts freaking out.
Okay.
Like, that's not okay. Like,
Yeah.
we need to find him.
I'm aware. We have a lot on the like. I had this this is what I said yesterday. There's a lot we have to try to figure out, and we
Who has message? Can we contact him? Or let's try.
I have sending. Again, I can send it. It's just I hope we don't get into trouble for using magic.
Well, I think they're expecting that we're the ones doing it now, so I think it's going to be less of an issue. At least I hope.
I can try to scry on him, which I don't think will do anything. I can send, and he can respond to the message so long as he's able to speak.
Like, I don't know how anybody else feels about this, but I'm willing to try to talk my way out of being in trouble for using magic if it means
Same.
finding him.
Same. That is how I've been kind of as of our discovery here where we are amassing troops, where I'm like, I'm going to have to do it at some point. Like,
Right.
Okay. All
I
right.
think this is a more than necessary reason to do so, right? Like,
All right. I'll send a message and I'll tell him basically like, where are you? If you can't, if you're trapped, like make a whistling sound. Like I'm trying to give like if he's in a place where he can't, like I'm trying to think of what other things could he do that wouldn't like give away that he's contacting somebody.
I mean,
Like, you know, like
120 feet.
sending.
Oh, sorry, sending. I thought you said
Sending
message.
is everywhere. No, I'm doing sending just because I don't know where he is.
Got it. Let's check this.
Because I only have sending. I don't have message.
I just have to ask a DM question to the internet to see what other people have ruled on this. Okay, cool. Thanks, internet, other DMs, and someone also asking this question. You cast sending and receive a reply back that is a lot of clucks.
I was gonna
Like
say.
a lot of panicked clucking.
Can
Okay.
I translate it?
I feel like I would have said, like, all right, okay, I can send another
I
message.
had to find out what other people have ruled of what
Because
happens if sending you communicate in your language or not.
oh,
Wait,
Okay,
can I translate it? Can I like?
I mean,
only I'm hearing the
I
message.
mean, hang on. No, there is a way we can do this. Phaedra,
oh no.
make a performance check.
Oh.
yeah.
so good.
Oh no, no,
So
no.
good.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.
12.
Okay. You have a really strong memory, Phaedra,
Oh, good.
and you can remember really, really well what these chicken clucks sound like.
Sure.
but your ability to transition that to your face muscles is a little lacking.
As I don't have a beak, that does not surprise me.
Correct. So, Nix, you hear what accounts as a message. Just
I gotta know what it says.
it's a lot of
What does it translate to? I gotta know.
harp, harp, harp. Am stuck in bug. Please harp. Lost in carp. Much harp. Please.
Should I
Harp,
should
harp.
should I just
Trapped. Hang on.
Oh.
Trapped
Oh, God, it keeps going. Oh goody.
in rear.
I was gonna say, in mother's bosom.
Well,
He's in the back of the longhouse.
we know it's bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say harp means help
Probably.
of some sort.
All right, yeah. Sorry, I don't speak fluent chicken.
Like some people in this
Only
party.
some of us are so good. It's fine.
Bok, bok, bok to you too.
Okay. Well,
Nix, you're not sure why Marleman just told Phaedra candlestick, 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 but here we are.
if he is in the longhouse, I won't be able
Right.
to scry on him because there's anti-scrying like magic there. So, if he's anywhere else,
Phaedra, roll an intelligence check.
okay.
Ooh.
I can't tell if that's like a
One.
really bad.
Oh,
That's bad.
that's a 1. Yeah, for sure. If he's stuck in that longhouse, you super could not scry on him whatsoever. Like, all magic, no go.
Sorry, that's a one.
That's such a silly 1. I'm going to actually give you guys the ability to get over this one. Sigh, make an intelligence check.
So
Okay.
one because it would be funny.
Of course, my modifier is 0, so that's going to be good.
Bugs, it's not a one.
Oh, it's a 18.
Okay, there you go. Natural 18. As Phaedra is just sitting there, just being like, "Nope, like can't do it. Like if he's stuck in that longhouse, he's fucked. Like nothing can do." You suddenly have the moment.
Wait.
Well, wait a second. You've seen the runes. You know
Yeah.
the magical runes that are in the longhouse. You were able to spot some of them. Anything that's in there, or any magic that is attempting to enter the longhouse, will not work, scrying or otherwise. If this sending was able to go through, he's probably not in the longhouse.
That's yeah.
Be a
That's a good
chicken
point.
anymore.
What'd you say? Em?
He also probably would not be a chicken anymore.
Well, that's a curse. It's a little.
I thought he did
Different.
it at will.
He can, but that doesn't mean that it's not a curse.
Okay. Okay. So I do you want me to scry on him and see where he is?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll get my scrying prepped.
Okay,
Please find my chicken friend.
You do that.
you scry on the chicken friend,
Oh.
and you can see immediately that he is stuck inside of a leather bag. Someone has shoved him face first into a bag with his feet sticking out the top. You can't tell a lot of the surroundings, but you can tell that the room is relatively warm,
This guy's about to get cooked.
and you can hear the sounds of like some mild chatter, some talking, some clinking. Something has gone wrong.
Where's the
I assume I don't know how scrying works exactly, but my assumption is that I am, as I see something, I am saying it aloud so that way people are seeing what I am seeing.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
he's about to be cooked and fed. We need
So
to
is
find the
there
master
like
right now.
is there like a
Girl.
are there a lot of areas where there could be cooks or it sounded like a mess hall or
I mean, there's obviously the Longhouse. There's probably a number of other establishments. There's our own mess halls for the militia.
did it sound like from the 10 minutes chatter I could hear, did it sound like civilians or soldiers?
It sounded civilian-y. again, you couldn't really make out the language, or like what was being talked about. But it all seemed very positive. It seemed very grateful. And it definitely didn't seem like very formal, so to speak.
I'm gonna guess it's probably the people that you guys gave stuff to, because they seemed pretty happy. A lot of the people here were not happy before this, so that can be my one assumption.
I will, to get a little bit more information, you could tell that there weren't that many people around, maybe 3 or 4.
Okay. All right. Do you want to try and split up and find him before we go to the Jarl? We have some time, right?
Yeah, you have plenty of time.
If our friend didn't get eaten.
Knock on doors?
Well, where's the kitchen?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Sai?
Sai, you know of all of the areas that would have like community mess areas.
Okay.
Most of them are old taverns. Quite a few of them, as you were walking around, you could see were now closed for a wide variety of various reasons. But there are definitely a couple in the city that are still attempting to maintain some level of business.
Okay. So I'll give out those areas.
Okay.
And I will also call up another sprite to search another one for me.
Okay. There are only 4 of them.
Oh.
We can just split
Yeah,
up.
let's split
Yeah,
up.
we'll just split up.
Okay. Who wants to go where? There's one that is by where you guys are. It's maybe like 3 blocks away. There's one that's a little bit closer to the main gates. There's one that's in the mercantile section where Nyx, Marleman, and Armil, you guys had met that that old shopkeep previously. The one who kind of let you in on all the farming stuff. There's one over there that's still operating, and there is one that is up by the longhouse that you would notice is still open.
I would check the one that's closest to where Beatrice had said that he had vanished from last. I forget where she said that was.
It was by the
That
church or whatever.
be by a church, which the closest one side, putting those 2 things together, probably be the one in the mercantile area.
I will check there.
That's where we were before. I'm gonna go there.
All right, so Phaedra and Marleman are heading there.
I'll go by the longhouse.
Side's going longhouse.
Whatever's the closest one to where we are right now. That's where
All right, Armel's heading to the one closest. Trev, next.
Least athletic move. 3 blocks, bro.
I figured I can, like, Sai and I have been working well together so far.
Okay, heading
Yeah.
to longhouse. So next, that leaves the one by the main gates to you.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want a fairy friend with you?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
All of you roll investigation checks.
Oh.
25.
Okay.
Good start.
Makes up for the 1.
Do you want to go site by site or?
Yes. So team 1, Phaedra and Marleman. 25 and...
It is not gonna do anything good. It's a 6 total.
Okay. Aramil.
Look at my sheet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure something
Oh, sorry. What was this? Investigation?
Yeah,
Yes.
+3.
20, but not natural.
Okay. Sai and Trev.
15.
12.
15 to 12. Cool. And Nyx.
I rolled a 9, but I rolled a 6, and I'm trying to remember if that's one of the things where I can't.
Yes, your jack of all trades would make that an automatic 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the thing where it says that. But it would make it a 10 and then +3, so 13. If
So
we're
13. Yeah, not bad. So, Nyx, you get down to your place and kind of like get through the door pretty quickly. Immediately you could tell nothing going on here. There's one older gentleman who is sadly strumming at a violin by a dying fire in the corner, who sort of turns around, looks at you and goes, "Can I help you, Missy?"
I was just looking for a chicken, but it does not seem to be here. You haven't seen a chicken, have you?
No, I would love to see a chicken. That sounds delicious.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're out. Sai, Trev, you guys make it up to... Yeah.
So I actually got a 17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
Okay.
Private investigation, apparently.
It's better in that you guys get there, open it up, and you see 5 or 6 rowdy boys kind of in there. It's like you seem to have stumbled upon a meeting of very ill intent.
Oh dear.
But you can, just by looking around and kind of like sniffing the air, there's nothing cooking. There's no even fire in this building right now. And are able to very quickly take your leave.
Okay.
Aramil, you make some friends, but you don't find a chicken.
Oh.
Are his friends rats? Are they rats? Are they
Probably.
other animals?
No, they're people. They're very welcoming people who kind of invite you in for some bread and some dried meat, but you decline the dried meat. And you have a great old time for a little bit.
All right.
Phaedra and Marleman,
Oh no.
you guys kick in the door to this inn, this former tavern, I should say. It's called the Four Posts.
Mhm.
And immediately upon coming in, you can see that
Any halos?
there are 3 individuals sitting in the front room, all sort of laughing over large goblets of mead or beer or something. They also seem to be of the rowdy sort, either via drunk or temperament, you're not really sure. And how they've dodged the draft, you're not entirely sure.
Mhm.
But they are definitely there. You can smell a fire kind of in a back corner. And looking around, Marlon, you don't see shit.
Nope.
You immediately think this must be the wrong place and go to leave before Phaedra grabs you by the arm and goes, here.
It's here.
Where?
I'm gonna go in the back where the chef is, probably.
Okay, you go to make a move in the room, and one of the brigands kind of leans back from the table and goes, Oi, Missy, where you think you're going?
I'll be right back.
No. And he kind of gets up from the table. You can tell he's been in his cups a little bit.
Mhm.
And kind of puts out a hand out towards him and goes, I haven't seen your lot around here for a long time.
Okay, yeah. Oh no. Goodbye. I'm just. I got a shit. I'm sorry.
Make a strength check just to try and push past him.
I was going to say, can I assist in this somehow? Because I feel like at this point where he's like, no, I'm going to do, and I see her go to like push her hand out, that's my moment where I'm going to like also do something similar.
Don't worry. I got this. I rolled a 19, so.
Oh, Jesus. You put a hand on this drunk dude's chest and go to push past him and are just
Buddhist palm him.
Are just
gone.
so busy on like gotta make sure Chicken Man does not get eaten
Yeah.
that you send him flying over the table.
Goodbye. I kept
You just
I just kind of went.
yeah,
pushed him across.
gone. You blow past him and head right for the back door towards the kitchen. The other 2 dudes who are at the table are just completely stunned.
Good.
And then they slowly look at Marleman.
Yeah, I was going to say, y'all left me in this room, bro.
I assumed you'd follow.
I
Phaedra,
would like to try.
you go to try, and they.
You were grabbing me by the collar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, so you drag him with you. They're just eyeing you guys at this point, not really sure what to do. You kick it into the kitchen, and you can see right now that there's a chicken being held over a fire with a really big knife in hand, just about to go.
Stop it. That's my chicken.
This very large kind of butchery dude just sort of turns and looks at you.
I've been looking for him all day. He is my chicken. Give him back.
But it's my dinner.
He's my chicken. Give it back.
But he's...
Give it back.
Intimidation check right here. That's
Yeah,
exactly
that is an intimidation check. I've never
Life
heard
on the
one.
fucking line.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
You cast thaumaturgy without even thinking about it. Not in like the big way, just in the like
doors open.
just in the small eyes glowing and oh god, you're a demon sort of way.
I'm amazed. Like not even thinking I'm scary at all, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. And this dude just eyes you immediately and just goes, it was kind of skinny anyway. Here. Goes to hand the chicken back.
And I kind of hold out my arms for him to like for him to jump over to and come here so I can like hold him.
Yeah,
Like-
Arthur just sort of like mild flutters like into your arms and just like, and then curls up a little too close than what you're probably used to. But
Just kind of giving him little bird squitches.
okay,
Are we sure this is it? Are we sure this is Arthur?
I kind of look at Marlon like, really, really.
Well, we
you guys,
don't know that the other people didn't find a chicken.
you guys behind you, you can hear the three people in the other room. One of which is now shouting. You can hear some like blades
Jesus
coming out of
Christ.
sheaths. Like they're preparing for your return.
Okay.
Is there
Okay,
a
Pedro,
door?
we need to bounce right now.
Is there another door? Like, or is the only entrance like? There's nowhere for him to like for the cook to like. There's not like a back area.
No, it's just like a small back area where a chef might stay.
Okay. Marlon,
Yes.
hold Arthur.
I do that.
He kind of like flops a little bit, like, no, put me back. It's skinny man. Oh God.
Oh, I can get us out of here. Don't worry, buddy. I'll be able to get out of here. It's
Oh.
just a matter of do we want to go out the front door or do we want to go through some sort of other teleportation method? And I would prefer not to do that.
Fuck.
I'd rather not have to magic if I don't have to.
Let's go let the big lady over here go beat them up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay. I'm gonna go out there.
Okay, you go out there, and the three brigands are like standing there. One has a short sword. The other two just have like some shitty daggers, and they're just like looking at you, just like, "Where's taking our dinner?
Excuse me?
That was our food. We found it fair and square."
That's my pet chicken you were trying to kill.
And the one you threw just sort of speaks up, goes, "You threw me across the table."
Yeah. And that's when I wasn't trying.
Make another intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
How many does this hit?
Intimidation. 18.
Okay. You kind of like puff yourself up a little bit. Hang on, they gotta make sure. Oh shit. Okay.
Are they scared? Probably not.
Two of them immediately just like wilt. Like the one you threw across the table and like the dude with the short sword, they're like, you know what, man, fuck it. Like, this is not worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
The big scary demon lady can take my chicken. It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But one of them,
I've ever heard.
you could tell he is the most sober of the three.
Oh, sure.
Seems to just have like just enough to feel bold, not enough to go real dumb. Just sort of like kind of squares you up and goes, "I don't think you're that tough. Give me back the bird." You're just flipping him off.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna make a swing at you with his knife.
That's the bird. I'm giving you the bird right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna take.
I'll give you the bird, all right. I'll give
I'm
you
going
the
to
bird.
murder you, Dave Lang.
I was hoping he'd say that.
That's a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, it just sort of takes off your armor.
Yep. Try again.
Kick him in the butt.
I'm not going to do anything. Try again.
He's gonna try again.
This is not the right way to do this.
I know.
No fun in this.
I know.
That's a natural 7. Oh wait, no. Yep, that's a 7.
Nope.
So that's a 10.
Nope.
Still just like.
This dude's got
3 times the charm,
Wow.
buddy. Go for it.
Okay. That's a natural
Guy's
19
got
for a
heart,
22 to hit.
I'm
That's
sitting here
fine.
holding.
That's fine. I take the hit.
Okay.
I'm holding Arthur. I close his eyes.
He gets you.
What kind of weapon is he using?
He's using a dagger. Like it's.
Okay, sure.
Oh, actually, that was not bad. 8 points of damage.
Sure.
Are you going to do the thing I assume you're about to do to him?
I'm going to cure wounds of myself and show him like the heal
Oh.
as an attempt at intimidation.
Okay. He okay. He gets the slash on you. You heal those points immediately with a mild like glow that comes about you.
Yeah.
Immediately, this dude's just like, not worth my time, bitch, and just like out. just all three of them just out the door and running.
It's safe. We can go.
And then I take the chicken.
Okay. I was certain you were going to hellish rebuke him and light him on fire. So
Yeah.
that was-
I'm so proud of you for just, like flexing on this dude so hard.
Like
Yeah.
whatever, he can do like at most like 30 damage if he hits 3 times. It's fine.
Yeah. The moment you guys are clear of the doorway and walking back towards the size place, Marleman, the chicken you are holding suddenly becomes a very jacked naked man.
Oh God!
Who has you wrapped up in a hug and just like sweeps you up into his arms now.
Please don't! Please don't!
Oh, buddy, don't worry about it. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Maybe with
Oh.
like pants on or something. Listen, you're welcome. We weren't gonna let you die. Don't worry.
Oh, I
But,
appreciate it. Oh my God. And he's still walking, just holding you like a child.
I know. I don't feel quite great about this.
I'll take my cloak off and just sort of wrap it around him.
Oh, don't worry about it. You get used to it. This being this.
Are we
freak.
back at size place, or are we?
No,
like-
you're still walking there. You've got like
I just
another
Okay.
couple miles.
I just
Okay,
don't.
I definitely am scrambling to get out of this.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna wrap
All
you.
right. He drops you, Marleman, and kind of accepts the cloak at this point.
Arrested.
So he sort of like squares up and goes, I know what you're thinking. Why didn't I just do that earlier and go back to being, a dude and not let myself die a chicken? However, the idea of these idiots finding out that I can turn back and forth from a man to a chicken, honestly, at the moment, kind of worse than death. So I appreciate
Will
the
you
help.
do it in the street?
Well, it's the middle of the night. There's not a lot of people around.
So you were willing to become barbecue chicken to avoid having to deal with people knowing that you were magical?
Well,
Would you revert if he died?
that's to be fair. I'm not entirely sure what would have happened if I had, taken a hit in the chicken form. I don't know if I would die a chicken or pop back to being a dude.
Pedro, let's go feed him. Let's go bring him back.
Okay.
This is the
Okay. Let's go. I'll
Learn something.
send a message.
Choices.
I'll have sent a message to Sai to let him know we found him.
Okay.
Because he seemed the most stressed out about it, so
Well,
let
he's
him.
my friend.
Well, yes, but I mean, we're your friends. I
That's
hope.
true, and I would be upset if any of you died.
if our lives were in danger, I like to imagine that with some rare exception, he would be not okay with it.
Fair enough.
Over time, you guys kind of reassemble back at Sai's place. Armo comes in with the best stories of like a wonderful family that he met. He's actually a little drunk.
They love animals too.
Yeah, they love animals, especially chickens.
I bet.
Arthur kind of comes in and like immediately upon crossing the doorway, Sai shrugs the cloak back off and is now just back in like full swinging in the wind. As he goes, hey buddy, do you still keep a pair of my breeches here? I know I used to keep a pair around, but I'm not.
Considering how much you just show up to my place naked all the time, I think
Fair enough. And you're able to scrounge up a pair of pants that would fit him. As he sort of settles in, looks over at you guys and goes, so, sounds like you all had an eventful couple of days. I've been in a bag.
Yeah. How'd you get caught?
Well, I was following you around and went down the wrong alley, apparently. And before I knew it, I was upside down in a bag trying to scratch the shit out of whoever had me in a bag. I tried to pop back into being a dude once I stopped moving, but I don't think I could. Maybe I was too stressed to figure it out. I'm not sure. So, been a chicken for a bit. Started brah, and he sort of like burps a block for a second. And then politely clears his throat and goes, yeah, I might be coughing up feathers for a bit. Who knows? Enough about me. What's been going on with you guys?
Oh boy.
well,
We have some to fill him in on because he was not here when we got back from the Jarl the last.
We fill him in.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys fill him in. The level of shock and awe in his face is palpable. As he kind of looks over all of you and goes, so you're telling me that my Jarl is not a Jarl?
Nope.
And that it's that the magic people are super not here, but like even worse than we thought?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still not
information.
100% sure where they are, but I have a vague guess.
Great. Sai,
Yeah, buddy.
do you want a chicken on your fun militia march? Because I don't think I can stay here.
I think
Yeah,
that's probably a
you're
good
going-
idea.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll get you some armor.
Don't need it.
Little chicken armor? Oh.
It's, yeah, I can go and collect my things.
No.
Okay, well, this is unfortunate and a lot. He sort of peers out the window a bit at the time and goes, well, it sounds like you guys need to be getting to a meeting. I'm going to go and collect my effects, and I'll meet you up with you back here.
Oh,
Or-
and if you see Beatrice, tell her thank you, because we were able to find you because of her.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
the horniest hen I have ever met. I swear to God.
Hey, if it wasn't for her, you might have been, somebody's dinner.
That's
Well,
fair.
cock-a-doodle-doo.
He sort of gestures vaguely at his own crotch and then leaves.
I feel uncomfortable now.
I feel like we all do.
I love this man.
One of us has to.
Well, he lives with you, Sai.
Let's go to our meeting.
Are
So-
you all going?
Yeah, that's the question I have. I know
I-
Trev and I are supposed to go.
I'm
Bear in
gonna
mind.
I'm gonna not go.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a misstep to have people that weren't Sai and Trev attend the meeting.
I'm gonna
More to that point, we were told that we couldn't tell anybody. And I took that to assume even you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like probably good to keep it with the people that she trusted.
Yeah.
For
I
lack
also,
of a better
I
word.
also just don't really feel comfortable going right now.
That's also fair.
Then whoever's not going, I would ask to accompany Arthur to make sure he doesn't get distracted again.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'll go with him
Where's he going?
to get his stuff, I
To
guess.
his
Oh,
home.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll
he does have his own home.
I'll
somewhere.
go. I'll go with him, I guess.
So the two of you head for the longhouse. 4 of you head follow this half-naked man through the city as he goes to get his stuff. I will say, at the very least, for 4 of you, it's a relatively uneventful journey. There is the level of flirtation that is directed at Phaedra and Marleman at the same time is almost awe-astounding. Or awe-inspiring. Somehow he has found a way to flirt with multiple people in one sentence, if not in a pair of words.
I lean into Phaedra's shoulder here, and I go. This guy's horny as fuck, isn't he?
I don't know if it's just all chickens or I don't know.
I wasn't born a chicken.
100% of the chickens I've talked to, though.
Yeah.
Small sample size, I know, but man.
Hey, it's not often I get compliments. I'll take them.
You get complimented all the time.
No.
That got
I'm
dark.
glad we had this talk.
You hear from like 10 feet in front of you, mood killer.
No.
Dude, you have a girlfriend.
True. Yes. True. Very true.
I had to think about that. I will say, the moment you say that, Phaedra,
Uh-huh.
there is no flirtation going in the direction
That's
of
a
Marleman
disappointed
whatsoever. Just like, for as horny and as forward in flirtation as Arthur is,
Mhm.
the moment he finds out that there is like something to be respected,
Mhm.
steers clear. Just like,
Yeah.
"Yep, all right, cool, done.
He's a good dude.
It's me, monogamous as fuck.
He's
Arthur.
a good egg.
No boundary respecter, Arthur.
Yeah.
Can Arnold just ask him quickly if the naked thing is like a personal choice or if that's like a side effect of being a chicken or
Like what happens when you become the Hulk? Like
Like,
your
it's
shirt slip
so-
off and all sorts of
So,
shit.
like, what's the deal with the naked thing, you know?
Side effect being a chicken.
Oh, all right, word.
What's the deal with the naked thing? Is such a good sentence.
I feel like Arnold has like the best
The
sentences.
really good answer.
Unfortunately, I think for that one, the way that my curse was phrased when it was put on me was, "You're a cock, so stay a cock." So I think it's just sort of part and parcel.
Oh,
Did you boink somebody you weren't supposed to boink?
I did not boink anybody. I wasn't supposed to boink. I may have diddled, but I did not boink.
Whoa!
You people need to be stopped. Y'all need D&D.
Sorry, diddled is such a negative word.
Sure is, Morgan. It sure is.
It's just such a weird word.
Okay, I don't want
Is-
compliments from this guy anymore. I'm glad I'm not getting compliments.
He actually then goes into the story of why he is the way he is, which is
a total horn dog, you mean?
it is essentially actually the Beauty and the Beast style thing. Of just he chose not to help someone who truly needed his help in one situation, and as such they cursed him into being a
Is he the clock or the candelabra?
neither. He's the beast.
Beast.
I literally just said that. Okay.
did
Okay.
you
but-
actually that he's the beast, or is he like something a little smaller, you know?
Well, he's significantly smaller.
Did you get any sort of to break the curse, you need to learn this sort of lesson or whatever?
Nope. I tried. I've been a better person. I've tried to, model myself into someone who won't make that sort of choice again, and genuinely wants to help people, but still a chicken. So I think I'm just,
Yeah.
and I've learned to live with it. Truthfully, it's a mild inconvenience because I can't control it all the time. But
I can, when we're out of the city, I can try to remove the curse.
there is a moment where you can see in his eyes that he would like nothing more.
Storyline branching decisions.
But he actually says, "I'll follow up with you on that one."
Okay, I can't make any promises, but
No,
I can give it a try.
I know it's more. I had never. I'm going to be honest with you, Fader. I had never thought about not being a chicken anymore in a long time. I'll need to think about that.
Okay.
This is only the third time I've been tried to be eaten.
Oh, please! I have those in the dozens. You should ask Sai. Sai once found me actually in the fireplace once. That was a fun one.
Really need to work on your perception.
I'm a bit of a dunce. I'm going to be honest with you right up front. I'm a bit of an idiot.
It's important.
God, I wish I was there for that conversation.
I mean,
I'm a bit of an idiot.
I'm gonna level with you. Just nothing going on up here.
it's just
No thoughts, head empty, just straight up.
the wheel is spinning, but the hamster is dead. Just
Okay. Meanwhile, the actual plot.
yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, Heather. This is the most important plot of the game.
There may or may not be every important thing converging at once, but
This guy. The two of you are invited into the longhouse. When you arrive at the three chairs at the end, they are actually empty. Anything you want to do? The three thrones are empty.
Oh.
I
So
mean,
we were let in,
yeah,
right?
we're being expected, so they.
Yeah,
I'm assuming something's gonna happen.
right. We get up to the front door.
Yeah,
and
I don't
say,
want to
"You're here to see the Jarl."
Yep,
Yeah.
and they let you in straight away.
Yeah, I don't intend to I mean, I want to wait at least a while before I just sort of go upstairs to the theoretically restricted area or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I want to ask the guards, did the Jarl say to wait for us to wait here, or are you supposed to bring us somewhere?
Nope, you were
Put it on them.
we were told to open the door and then close the door.
Great.
And
Okay.
the other thing you notice is that the walls and walls of guards that were there previously, not there.
Even the hidden ones.
Correct.
Okay. Does this feel like a trap? Like, does it seem does it seem ominous? Does it seem
as
weird?
ominous as you want it to be. You two are not particularly trusting or not cautious individuals. Everything feels like a trap. This definitely feels like something is either A, hinky, or B, a trap.
Okay.
Light in the mood, I vote that you just hello. Like, and
Just like that.
I mean, I just feel like I'm giving a little bit of time for this person to show up, and then if that doesn't happen,
Yeah.
just proceeding to where the previous conversation happened.
Okay.
So
You
one
wait.
thing that I forgot to ask last time, Gary,
Mhm.
does my sword sense anything that's unseelie?
No.
Did it before?
No.
Okay.
There's no undead or fey or unfey like entity within the building.
Okay. All
You
right.
guys wait a minute,
Yeah.
2
couple
minutes.
Just
That's enough.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
We'll start advancing towards the door.
Are you guys heading out or are you heading up?
Up to where the previous conversation
Okay.
happened.
You
I
guys
already
head.
that map room thing.
Yeah. You guys head upstairs, and the door of that map room is wide open. There is no one in there, but you can tell that there have been 2 seats that are set to the side of the table, like someone is expecting someone to be there.
All right. Then.
Okay. You guys walk in. I assume because both of you are you don't sit down, but you do walk in.
We're not stupid.
And after
chair.
Yeah, after another 30 seconds to a minute, the large doors that lead into the back of the rest of the longhouse open, and the female Jarl does extract herself from that room and walk over to you both. Says, "My apologies. Were you waiting particularly long?"
Not at all, my lady.
Not too bad.
Wonderful. Please come right in. And sort of walks past you both and closes the door. Judging by the look on her face and the bags under her eyes, she hasn't slept well over the past 24 hours or so. But you can also say that there is a certain level of excitement in her as well. As she sort of looks at you both and goes, "So, I hope that because you've chosen to take this meeting that you have good news."
Indeed, we do. We've discussed it and reached out, and we have decided to accept your offer.
That's wonderful to hear.
Is something troubling you? You seem busy, distracted.
Yes. Well, you both must understand that running 2 fronts of a war, or what will become 2 fronts of a war, can be very taxing. But the news that we will have aid very soon is incredibly appreciative. You will forgive me. We received word earlier today that one of our spies in one of the neighboring kingdoms saw things progressing in a way that may have seemed war, but it would appear we were incorrect. So,
Very good. Well, I would like to imagine that based on what we've heard from you, I don't imagine that it sounds like the aggression is coming from you. So
we would like to hold the abilities of surprise in our hands. So the worry was that we were going to be put on the back foot already, which we would prefer not to be.
Now, is this someone you've already had open aggressions with?
Well, it depends on how you would describe open aggression, but yes.
Huh. If you don't mind me asking, who were these alleged possible aggressors? We may need to look out for them ourselves if we march.
Well, we had heard tell that a boat had left the city of Lathander and was steering its way towards us. We assumed that it was a raiding party or a scouting party, and as such, we dispatched a few of our interceptors to find out what they were. Luckily, it was discovered that it was a lone elven hunter who just seemed to be, they said, working for a trading company of some kind.
Very well.
He was summarily dispatched and the boat was sunk, but...
Dispatched, as in you killed him?
I would assume so. I have not seen the head presented to me, but...
He's playing.
Well, I have to insist that if you... Did your men recover any information from this individual?
No, and that's why the concern is very minimal. The only information we received was that he was instructed by his boss to see if an old trade route would reopen along the south part of the continent.
And you killed him for that?
Well, unfortunately, he saw two of our interceptors come out of the woods. We can't have an elf knowing that we have spies within the woods.
God damn it. Fuck.
You're really.
Well, it's unfortunate about that because I believe I know who you're talking about, and I believe that individual worked for an acquaintance of mine. I told you I have connections all over. I have worked for this man many times. That was one of his people, I believe.
Really?
Well, you'll have to send my condolences.
Your diplomatic and tactical decision making. You'll pardon me from. No, you don't have to pardon me for saying. For somebody who is intending to go to war with the world, is atrocious.
Yeah.
The fact that you are seeking allies from one hand and then just murdering potential allies with another, you're going to lose. You know that, right? The way that you're running this is hopeless.
Also, the man he worked for is a human.
I don't know of many humans who, well... Just kind of stops and thinks about what you're saying, Trev.
Wars are not fought on the battlefield of idiotic prejudices. They're fought in real life. So if you're going to turn down allies because of what they look like, then listen, you're not going to win. So you saw an elf, and apparently you had him put to death, but he could have been... If he is the associate that he says he is, could have been a useful ally. Like your approach is not only callous, it's stupid.
Perhaps you are correct. I have been known in the past to make rash and aggressive decisions.
You didn't have to tell me that. You're in a two-front war that you're also destined to lose.
And that's why you're here, Mr. Trevathan.
I put a hand on Trev's shoulder. Just like, dude, chill.
Yes, I am aware that my actions currently may lead my people to death. They may lead them to ruin. That is why I have requested your assistance. I cannot do this alone. I understand that. And I apologize, and you will send my deepest condolences to your contact as to the loss of their assets. I will make whatever reparations must be done for their forgiveness. but I can't just allow eyes on my kingdom at the moment. If the other kingdoms knew the unstable position Break was in now, we would be crushed in an instant. I apologize if my aggression seems unfounded, but through aggression shows strength and the willingness to do anything.
Aggression shows ignorance.
It's a tough tightrope to walk, because if you welcome retaliation in your current state, only ruin awaits.
Mm.
So beware.
You are not wrong. I will keep your words under advisement. Now,
before we move on from this subject, where is the body of this individual?
I asked that my interceptors retrieve the body and bring it back. However, they identified to me that rather than give themselves up willingly, they seem to have burned their own boat. So, unfortunately, I have no body to prove.
So you can't confirm that these individuals are dead. You
I
just assume so.
I trust my interceptors. They saw his body. They saw his blood.
Very well.
Very well.
Now then, just for the sake of brevity and to not go through this whole thing, you guys talk fake shop for a while about when the Drow army could be expected.
Mm-hmm.
And you two give her the timeline of they will march with you from the mountains once you reclaim the mountains from the dragon.
Yeah, I was going to say that was generally what we were getting at, right?
Yeah. No new information than from last time. But it is agreed upon. There is no shaking. You both sides seem to avoid touching each other. For now, obvious reasons, Trev, but before that would have been like a fun. Mm-hmm. I wonder why she doesn't want to shake hands, but now you know.
Although already. I do put my hand out for it.
And
just to see what happens.
They sort of nod at it, sigh, and say, my apologies, but I know of your consorts, Mr. Valancourt, and I understand to certain individuals what a binding of oaths with physical contact means. I prefer to sign it on paper.
And I just keep my hand there for another couple seconds and say, it's no wonder nobody trusts you.
And I don't trust them.
And shake my head and put my hand down.
Okay. And they draft up a piece of paper just to sign. They sign elegantly and fluently in script. Almost show-like for obvious reasons. Do you both sign or just one?
I would defer to sign. He's a diplomat here.
You can sign. I am not going to sign because we're essentially making a promise we're not going to keep. And since I work for the Fae, I'm not going to do that.
If this isn't really the Jarl, though, it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's a gray area that I'm not about to go into.
Yeah, gray areas are my specialty.
Yeah.
Okay. Trev, you sign?
Sure.
And with that, the meeting starts to run to a close.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Detect magic on the paper.
Sure. You make a sleight of hand just to make sure that.
Do I even need to do that? Whatever. That's fine. I'm assuming it's a 15.
Yeah, that's fine. While she's occupied talking to Sai, at some point you sneak a quick one. Yeah, the paper's not magic.
Yeah,
no magic in the area of the paper.
Yeah, and I'll sign it. Fine, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a piece of paper. And with that, the meeting starts to draw to a close. Anything else you want to mention before going? It's probably been an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
I feel like there was something else we were supposed to inquire about.
My memory is terrible. Does anybody remember anything I was supposed to say?
I don't personally know.
No, I think we were just gonna tell her that we were going to fight the dragon soon, right?
Yeah.
She already knew that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was all I could remember.
Um, so perfect. The meeting wraps up with no further kind of hostilities or discussion. It's all mostly shop. She shows the same level of ignorance and aggression in planning troop movement and timings as she did in just about everything else. Seems to just sort of be part of her personality.
Right.
But she also, as the meeting progresses, becomes more and more aware of the combined military knowledge that Trev has, and seems to just be deferring to him more and more as it goes.
Okay.
If there's one thing that she seems to show, it is an overabundance of pride and the willingness to accept that she has an overabundance of pride and sometimes might need to defer to others.
Even if they're not human.
Correct.
So I do remember the other thing that I wanted to do, which
Yeah,
while we're
strange
having,
Bellows sort of situation.
yeah, while we're having the discussion of like troop movements and placement and things like that, I want to find out more about the Githyanki and like what that all looks like, what that whole situation looks like, so we know what we're walking into.
Unfortunately, she does not have a ton of information to give you on that. She does tell you that a lot of that area has now been obscured by some sort of magical bubble that she doesn't understand, or at least feigns ignorance of.
Great.
And that, you know, all they know at this point is from babbled tales of individuals who get out of it. And even those that do tend to have lost their minds.
Oh, so it's annihilation. Great.
Woo! Where does the bear start screaming?
I think it did on a boat that just blew up.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
Stop.
not okay.
Too
Sorry.
soon.
Sorry.
Hashtag too soon.
Okay.
And with that, you know, you both are escorted out with no real other issue, or you guys let her know that you plan on leaving by, you know, at least midday the following morning.
Yeah.
It's like 2:33 in the morning right now, so it's, you know, fairly deep into night.
Okay.
And you guys make your way. Let's just pick up with you both immediately after walking out of the longhouse, because I'm sure there's stuff to be discussed.
Yeah. So as soon as we link back up,
Okay.
before I even tell them how it went, I just say, someone needs to contact Perrin right now.
Oh no. What happened?
So
We
for the
need to
record,
know if he's okay.
to turn around.
What do you know?
Wait,
We don't know anything yet. We need to find out if he's hurt.
Wait.
There's a possibility he was. Please just contact him or one of the sailors.
Do it.
just a little side note. Did we
Yeah.
tell Perrin to turn around? Because I remember us saying that we needed to tell Perrin to turn around now that we knew what was happening.
No, because we still wanted him to scout, I thought.
Yeah,
Because
the discussion was had as to whether or not to tell him to turn around, but the decision was made. You know, he was going to keep his distance. He was going to stay relatively far away and just kind of get eyes on it.
Okay.
Okay, very briefly before I contact him, tell me what happened.
The Jarl said that they had two ships that intercepted I did air quotes, of a merchant scout sent to investigate a trade route there, matching Perrin's description. They say that the elf was killed and that the other sailors scuttled the boat by setting it on fire.
Wait,
Now,
how long would it have? It was going to take him like a while to get there. So
that
they
was my understanding. So
2 or
that's
3
why-
days. 2 or 3 days to get
Days.
to
It,
Nahid.
it's been that long and then some.
has
No, it
it?
hasn't.
No,
No.
it has been a day.
It's
So
been a full day.
So they were in Lathander, saw that they were leaving, trailed them, and destroyed them.
They didn't say they were in Lathander. They just said that they were.
Coming from
They saw somebody. Yeah, the
Oh.
ship that they destroyed was coming from Lathander.
Okay.
They know it was coming towards
But they
them,
okay.
but they still intercepted and destroyed it. We need to know if it's Perrin and if he's okay. And if he's okay, we need to tell him to not go anywhere. We need to tell him to go back to Lathander.
Can you please do that?
All right, I will send a message to Perrin. Perrin, are you okay? We heard your boat got attacked. Are you?
Yeah.
Are you and the crew alive?
The message you receive back is, "I'm fine. Boat's fine. Humans are idiots. The Breaking Empire lost 3 men yesterday. Don't tell anybody. Oh God, why?"
Tell them to go back.
I will repeat that.
Yeah.
Was that, how many words was that? Give or
Enough,
take?
whatever.
Enough. It's
Well, it's more if there are any leftover words in there.
I think yeah.
You can shorten some of those.
Yeah. He does also say, "Tell Marleman use stone."
Yeah. Okay, so Marlon uses
Pick up the
I use
phone.
the stone.
Okay, you channel some magic into the stone, and once more see through the eyes of Forte. The boat is rocking. The night is relatively calm out on the water, but they are definitely speeding at a clip.
Craig and I are both fighting to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is, oh, I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget?
Oh, I was gonna say something
No,
about
no.
something knocking.
The boat
Oh.
is a rocking. I'm not going knocking.
Nice, good.
So I'm seeing through the
Perrin
eyes of the bear.
Yes, Perrin is sitting in front of the bear.
I say, whoop.
He immediately rolls his eyes and goes, "What the fuck did you get me into this time?"
Listen, I told you it was going to be dangerous, but I also told you to be careful. This is way more dangerous than we had originally. Like usual, it is escalating quicker than we thought.
I wasn't even 2 hours out of Lathander before I got jumped by 2 small boats. What the hell?
Listen, I told you, I don't...
Do you know how hard it is to pretend to be a racist human via a spell you barely know?
Huh?
Kind of.
What?
Listen, don't risk any more. Turn around. Go back. Is that what that's what we're telling him, right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, you guys on the other hand just hear
Okay.
as Forte
Before-
in Marleman's
before-
body
no,
is
hold
just like
I went
rolling
into
around
this-
on the
I went into
floor.
this-
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I rub his belly.
I went into this
Before,
under the assumption that that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Was telling
Yeah,
him not
you're
to-
right, Morgan. I think the thing is that Phaedra just has more questions than you're asking.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'll ask him.
Well, you can't hear her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
cannot.
hear her, so it just is what it is. Phaedra
All right.
would ask 1,000 questions, but
That's
you're not asking.
That's fine. It's fine. I just was a little. I was
Also, there are
confused.
1,000 questions whose answers probably aren't relevant to what we're doing at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just likes to know things.
I'm just a little confused. It's cool.
As to what? I mean, because clearly, I don't think I would have done that if you were going to continue asking me questions or continue telling me about things.
No, I'm just. I was just confused. Like he's on his boat, correct? He's
Yes,
not.
he is on the Pearl.
Okay, that was my question.
That's what he said. He said, "Boat is fine. Everything is fine."
Oh, boat is fine. Okay, I forgot.
He said that when he sent back to you, which is why I didn't. Yeah.
Sorry, that was what was confusing me. All right.
Like, I don't know if I've made this clear enough. I thought that for literally 0.0 seconds that he was actually dead.
I didn't suspect it. I thought he might have gotten seen, which I don't
Like,
want
that
them to
dude
make
is-
that association.
Even
which
if,
is why I didn't say
even if
it
it
was
looked like
our
they
boat.
legitimately had good reason to think he was dead,
Mhm.
he has been. I have thought he was dead before.
He's been dead before.
He has been dead before. He would be fine.
I was worried about the crew being dead because
Whatever.
Also, yes.
I like the crew.
I'm kind of with Craig here. Whatever.
All right. All right.
But yes, Perrin just sort of looks and goes, "Look, I get it. I've already killed enough people on this mission. I'm gonna see it through. I'll get to the hit. I'll
No,
see what's going on,
No,
and I will
no,
turn right around and go home."
no. This is the time where you need to listen to me and actually listen to me. This was one where you went and you did this thing and you listened to me, and now you're begrudging it. You need to listen to me again and not begrudge.
I mean, I'll do it. Like, I will just go and scout and leave. Like, I can.
No, they scuttled a merchant ship.
No. They thought they scuttled me. I lied to them.
So wait, is the boat fine?
Yeah, your boat's fine. They just think that this boat is their boat's.
What?
That's
Okay.
what I thought. That's what I was. Okay.
Okay. So what had happened was
What happened was
I got 2 hours out of Lathander. We started getting tailed by these two ships, I guess, boats, sloops. I don't know what they're fucking called. I'm a hunter. Why did you put me on a boat? Not the point. Once night fell last night, they tried to board us. They did not succeed. But I can tell by their garb and what they were doing that they were coming from wherever you're sending me to go. I was able to find on them a sending stone. I was able to lie to whoever was on the other side of that sending stone that they had scuttled us and killed me.
Okay, so you are our informant for that.
I see.
Yes. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by trying to be a racist human via a spell you barely know.
That was yeah. Okay.
Impressive.
Question. Is he wearing like their uniform?
Yes, he is.
And he's using our boat as a boat for them?
Yep. And you kind of like
they're flying their flag. Like I'm investigating the
you
boat.
control.
What's that?
Sorry, because it said something. You control Forte's head and just sort of like rotate it around a little bit, and immediately can tell they have swapped. They have swapped the sails to the breaking colors. They are flying the breaking colors.
Someone who doesn't know anything about boats sure knew how to do that quickly.
I mean, the crew knows how to do that. We were working with pirates before. Like, those dudes are rough.
Yeah.
They're raw motherfuckers.
Okay. All right. Listen.
Yes. All I had to do was
That
kill some
crew is
dudes.
awesome.
I can do that. The crew took care of everything else. You should pay these guys more.
Those guys are talented.
And you can hear in a distance, once Parent says you should pay these guys more, you can hear a very faint "we."
I love those motherfuckers. They're great.
Oh God.
They're pretty great.
Why
You're killing me, bro. I'm sorry. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
It's
I
fine.
just trusted them.
You handled yourself well with that because you fooled us at one point. So.
Look, the last time you sent me to scout an area, I got completely shipwrecked. I wanted to make sure that did not happen this time.
Yeah.
Do you want me to, I can continue to fly their colors and head towards Nahid, or I can turn around. I would like to see this through at this point. I already have enough blood on my hands.
DM question.
Sure.
This doesn't cost me anything to do this bear thing, right?
No, not at all.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You end it. As you wake up, you are on your back in the middle of the floor. Both of your legs and arms are in the air, and Sai just has both hands on your belly, just scratching you.
Saying, who's a good boy?
Well, hello, Aramil.
And he's back.
Who's a good boy?
He wants to continue with the mission. For the record, he is now flying their flags. He scuttled their ship and took the sending stone from their ship and relayed the message that they destroyed the merchant's ship.
All right. And how
Our
far
ship is still fine. I have seen it myself.
Right.
Well, I've seen it.
And he wants
Question.
to continue?
He wants to continue with the mission.
I mean, if he shows up flying their colors, it's unlikely he's going to be able to leave. Because they're just going to be like, oh, you're here for the war. Cool. And if you're a coward, we'll kill you.
That's my concern, is that once they see the flags, they're not going to let it continue its sail. Like,
Yeah, I would say make sure to tell him, like, if you go, like, I don't know how you would get back out. Like,
yeah, there is no extraction plan for that.
There is no stop and go plan here.
So
Should we mention the whole Gith thing there?
I mean, that's essentially what he was there to find out. Like, what the hell was going on
Yeah,
there?
we do know the deal now. Like, scouting is kind of not
Yeah.
super relevant.
Yeah, like I think we have the information we need, right?
yeah, so maybe tell him, like, we were able
We have information from other sources that confirm.
like what the enemy down there is, and to make him not feel as though he's been used and abused for nothing. Like, you know, while more
This is a serious matter.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe we should mention who the Jarl really is and stuff to him.
No, we should not
That
do that.
seems
I would just say,
to
like,
be zero gain
would be nice.
Well,
and a
more
ton of
just-
danger.
Well, just more like because so that way he like if somehow he gets contact like I don't know. I just want to make sure that he knows that he's not walking into a trap or anything. You know.
Well, I'm going to encourage him to
He
not
is.
into anything at all.
Yeah, he is. I don't want him coming here at all, Phaedra.
No, not coming here.
Or going down there. Or rather, that's what I mean. I'm sorry. I don't want him going there.
Yeah, anything you can do to wave this dude off.
We
I
have the
don't-
information we need already. We don't need him to go do that, and I'm not about to risk his life for this.
Right.
No, that's why I'm saying like if we tell him we can't rely on going there because we got the information from somebody, you know, in disguise and shit.
Like I worry that if you tell him
He might be more bolstered to go.
Oh, I get.
I don't
Exactly
want
that.
him knowing that
He
much.
is
I
an
only
idiot.
want him knowing
Yeah.
enough to know that it's too dangerous.
He is a very like he is the kind of guy who would make really brash moves if we give him that kind of information.
Yeah, I don't want
wanna
him any more
actually
involved.
endanger
It's too dangerous.
I trust him to get out of bad situations because he's done it a million times, but that doesn't mean I want to encourage him to go into worse ones.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think we need to tell him there's no extraction plan. Like, we found out that, like, if you go there, you probably will not be able to get out. There's no
Yeah.
extraction plan.
I've got it, guys.
Yeah, you're like he said to you, if you relayed exactly what he said, where he was like, "Yeah, no worry, I'll stop in and I'll head back out." That's off the table.
Yeah.
No casual heading back out is going to happen. Huh?
I'm gonna tell him to head back.
We could, if you want to give him something to work with.
I'll
to
tell him
make
that. Yeah, like
tell him when we are actually going to go down there later. We'll give him the heads up so we can meet up and
we can pincer tack.
but I don't want him going there without us.
Yeah, agreed. We're all on the same page, right?
Yep.
I hold out the stone and I go and break.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, before I do that, actually, I look over at Aramil and I say, Aramil, don't feed me anything that I wouldn't eat.
Almost immediately, Marlon's eyes go orange, and
acorns, like
Marlon's eyes go orange, and he just sort of looks around the room and just goes, starts sniffing around a little bit.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, woof, Perrin.
Other side of things, Perrin, who's now like just very clearly just lounging against.
Yeah, waiting for me to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. We have it on good authority that it is. Wait, hold DM. I forgot. Did we actually agree that we're going to tell him that it's the Gith Yankee?
No.
No.
You decided the exact opposite. You're not going to tell him those.
Not going to tell him that.
Yes.
Okay, then I got it. Listen, we have gotten our information about what is going on there. There's no real escape plan for you to get out once you get there.
Oh,
So,
joy.
What I would like you to do is to not.
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we have the information. We will most likely eventually head that direction, but when we do, I will tell you, and then we will work together then.
Sounds good. I'll keep the pearl stocked and nearby and ready to move.
Make sure that you don't pay those sailors too much more.
Hey, I don't have the fucking money to pay them anything. And there's like another very distant sea.
I would also, sail as safely as possible. Don't fly those colors too much longer.
Understood. We will get out of break waters and turn this bitch around.
Good, especially because I don't want you getting attacked because you are wearing those colors.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there for you, okay? Just be safe.
It genuinely wasn't a fear I had. Now I do. Thanks, Marlon. Gonna go pull these fucking flags down.
Be careful. Do you know how to reach me? Reach me if you need me.
It's only a one-way street. You can use this. I cannot, or else I would have told you this earlier.
I will call you back tomorrow.
Great.
And then I wave with my big bear hand.
Okay, you wave with your big bear hand, and he goes, "Hold on, Marlon, before you go. Have you talked to my sister in a bit?"
I forget, have I?
No.
No, I have not.
Cool. All right, talk to you later. Nope. See you later.
Else you need?
He is like walking away from the bear. He is like, all right.
Okay.
All right, you pull back. You have like half an apple shoved in your cheek.
I'm still chewing it.
Nice.
Did you feed me the stem?
It's okay. Bears can eat apple stems.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yep. That's
You are my favorite person.
unless anybody else has anything else they want to say, I think that should be where we end this.
We're gonna wrap
That's
up
pretty much
today.
perfect right there.
And scene.
We'll pick up next time on the road to Asper.
Hey.
It's
Ooh,
just
bears can eat the
okay.
whole thing.
Mhm.
It's okay.
I'm spitting out seeds.